What's going on, everybody? My name is Taco, and I'm going to do something a little bit different actually. Now, I play a game called Destiny 2. A lot of you may know it, very popular. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Not just Destiny 2, but Destiny in general. I played Destiny 2 since the open beta and Destiny 1, and I got hooked on it ever since. So something I want to do is if there's ever an update or something new to do, like today, on the 21st of April, Guardian Games is now out. Grandmaster Nightfall is now out. I want to record some of those videos and just put them up just to let y'all see what it's like. So, Destiny 2 Update 2.8.1. Combat, fix an issue with a water dome was not jetting orbs of light. Now that was a really big problem. I remember doing the Titan, doing Nightfalls and such, and just trying to starting off with the combat, fix an issue with a water down was not jetting orbs with light. That's really good fix. Water dying could not be activated while holding a sword. I didn't know that could happen. I don't really use swords that much on Titans or in general. Fix an issue where casting Nova Bomb did not consume your melee ability. Okay, yeah, I did notice that a lot, especially during Crucible. The Playing the Odds emblem earned through Gambit intro quest is now always claimable, so that's great if you wanted to rock that. Players who have completed the Mjolnir mission but did not correctly receive the divinity can now acquire it from the collections. Okay, so that was a big problem that I noticed. With mine, luckily I did get it from the quest, but if you completed the quest and you never got the divinity, you can now get it from collections. Players who have completed the Forsaken campaign will find a Lawless Frontier lorebook entry, By Thy Tongue Be Damned, completed and available to claim. So if you haven't done that already, I don't know if I don't keep up with the lore that much, so if I'm assuming you can now complete that entire lorebook. Emblem metrics added for emblem stat trackers that were present before 2.8.0 and display the same data as before. So all of these different emblem trackers are now available for us to rock on our emblems. I think my favorite one of all of these is the solo flawless completion. That was really difficult to do. Flawless tickets and trials of the 9? Okay. I think I only got like 3 of those. Going down to the armor, we have the Titan's Phoenix Cradle Exotic Leg Armor now correctly creates sunspots that have an extended duration and apply their benefits to allies when the Titan wearing the armor get a weapon kill while standing in the sunspot. So that's great if you main Titans and you found out a problem that is now fixed. Fix an issue with a Warlock's Felwinter's Helm Exotic would incorrectly trigger after swapping the item on and off again. Felwinter's Helm is probably one of my favorite exotics, especially with the Warmind cell setup. If you have Tyrant Surge, some other mods, and you rock the Arc subclass with Monte Carlo, you can get insane combos and insane plays with Warmind cells using Felwinter's Helm. So I'm very happy that's fixed. Fix an issue where some faction armors were not correctly allowing players to apply faction rally ornaments on them. Seasonal mod cycles have now been added to all armors available for more drops. So I'm assuming that is including faction armors and previous armors that didn't have seasonal mods, because that was a big problem. Some armor pieces that you got dropped you couldn't really use because you can't use seasonal mods on them, so I'm assuming that is fixed now. Players who met the requirements but were missing prestige ornaments for the Edo World's raid layer will now have them unlocked and available for use. New players can still obtain prestige ornaments from completing the Prestige Edo World raid along with the appropriate Leviathan boss challenges. Fix an issue that could prevent Edo World's prestige ornaments from appearing in the ornament slot on appropriate raid gear. The Titan's Aeon Safe Exotic Gauntlets now list the same melee trigger requirement on both its tooltip and detail screens. I'm kind of curious if the Aeon gear in general is ever used. I've rarely ever seen anybody actually use Aeon. The Mantle of Remembrance ornament for Hunter's Exotic Gauntlets Shinobu's Vow will now properly replace the item icon to reflect the change in appearance. And then a bunch of other stuff for exotic ornaments. The chest armor mod large armor reserves now properly provides the increased ammo reserve for shotguns. Huh. I didn't notice that was a problem. Well, that's good though. Nightfall, the Ordeal Grandmaster difficulty, now grants Season 10 Pass Exotic Weapon Catalyst quest progression. So previous here was just getting kills with the Season 10 Exotic. But now if you do Grandmaster, and you complete that, I think there are 6 of them in total, which I'll be recording and posting on this channel by the way, you can now get progression towards that. Crimson Day Sparrows now have the correct event watermark, it was the Dawning. Duplicate individual emotes purchased separately from a bundle can now be opened. Universal ornaments being sold by Bright Dust in the Eververse store now properly display the already purchased on account when owned. So I guess that's to prevent you from buying it twice. Fiction issue that caused the Warlock Season Pass Universal Chest Ornament to erroneously cause an unreleased Events Universal Ornament to display as unlocked. So I'm guessing that was where we saw a all purple, I think it was purple, ornament in our inventory, and that was for a future ornament, probably next season. Trials of Osiris Ghost Shell will now drop with Crucible related perks. I don't do a lot of trials, so I didn't even notice that, but you know, makes sense. Power and progression. 4 weekly powerful gear sources upgraded to Pinnacle. Really now? So Crucible, Strike, Gambit, and the weekly clan are now Pinnacle instead of powerful. That's really good. That's really good. Because now we have what is it? The 100k Nightfall, the Raid Garden, Master Nightmare hunts, the Pit of Heresy. I think that's it. Yeah, now we have an extra 4 we can go to, or an extra 12 pinnacles we can do if you do it on all 3 characters. That is wild. That you're gonna level up so quickly by doing that. Fiction issue where the Trials vendor Engram was not previewing rewards at the correct power level. And now to weapons. Fiction issue with the 4th Horseman where its broadside perk would fail to replicate its effects over the network. I didn't notice that much. 4th Horseman I'm not really a fan of right now. I'm hoping I will be next season though. Fiction issue with the breach loaded special ammo grenade launchers that resulted in them having a significant reduced blast radius. World systems. Completing Water and Dawn now counts for a fallen boss kill. Finally! Oh my god. I remember doing that bounty so many times and for some reason that just wouldn't count and I just had to go to Lost Sectors and complete it. But I'm happy that's fixed. Fix an issue causing Warden of Dawn to give double champion rewards. Okay, so we can no longer farm double rewards from Warden of Nothing. For the Wish Ender exotic quest, any players who are missing uncharged tokens after turning in their Awoken Talesmen and then completing the question mark secret mission will now find them in their pursuits. So that just fixes the whole quest in general in case you are having trouble with the Wish Ender. Dreaming City chests now will glimmer. Fix an issue where players could get blocked from obtaining the essence from the Bad Juju mission, The Other Side, and then preventing completion of the Bad Juju exotic quest Spellbound. Okay, so that's just another fix to another exotic quest. Fix an issue causing a crash where players attempted to turn in their Awoken Talesmen to the statue of Jur Ido in the Shattered Throne dungeon. I feel like I've done that. Yeah, I've definitely done that. I was doing, what is it, in the Shattered Throne, and I was like, oh, I can still interact with this, and then it just crashed our entire game. So I'm happy that's fixed. Some UI changes. Made a change so that completed bounties now sort to the top, grouping them together. That's very useful. Friends list and the player roster should no longer show up as black nameplates with 0 power. That also happened in Orbit a lot. Some general fixes. Fix an issue where the champion servitor and vulnerability beams were not appearing during Sarah Tower events. Okay, that makes sense. I don't think I noticed that much, but that makes sense. Fix the string identifying for the 4 set of weapons to include the word source so players know where to obtain the weapons. Fix an issue where the Rasputin Bounty, the Lost Classics, was not counting classic mixed matches. Okay, I'm happy that's fixed. I've tried to do that bounty so many times and it just wasn't fixing it for some reason. So now we can actually get that bounty done. Added the activity rejoin functionality in the Trials playlist, finally. So if you get kicked, you can now rejoin with your team. That was a really major issue along with all the others. Fix an issue where fully upgrading a destination bunker sometimes doesn't unlock the Warmind security triumph. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm not sure if I actually had a problem with that one. The seasonal triumphs complete field now increments when triumphs are completed. Added Vex barriers to the Grove Ulantan legendary Lost Sector. Fix an issue in the Seraph Tower public event where Anna's dialogue will still call out towers being overwhelmed where the towers are down and champions are present in the final phase. Fix an issue where heavy frame spawning away from its platform near the quarry and Scavenger's Den legendary Lost Sectors on EDZ. And finally, fix an issue affecting the difficulty scaling of several activities including the Whisper of Women and 0 Hour missions. So you can no longer just run through the Whisper of the Worm in 0 Hour because of your level. I saw some people doing just like Kvastov, the like level 1 weapon, and just destroying everything even if they had shields, so you can no longer do that. A bit upsetting because it was just fun feeling overpowered. So that's it for 2.8.1, the first day of Guardian Games, the release of Grandmaster Nightfalls. That's it. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.